Welcome everyone, a great song from Boston. My local boy Tom Schultz, he's from Toledo, Ohio, which is where I'm brought to you from. He grew up in a suburb of Toledo called Ottawa Hills, which is pretty affluent. And anyhow, great song here. I really like the structure. A melodic solo it's not difficult to play. It's easy in the fact that it fits the song. Some harmonized guitar parts. It's just a great structured song. So we'll go over it all. It's in normal tuning. My notes will be available with a link below the video. So we'll get into the lesson next. Start the song out with, we're going to be playing in B power chord basically. So 5th string, 2nd fret, 4th on the 3rd and 4th string. So 2 hits on that before we pull it open to 2. And then back with the 4s. Alright, so we have this. And that'll go back and forth. Alright, so we have this. Then there's one extra hit. After that extra B hit, this is something a lot of people miss. There's almost like a quick tag chord that's it's an open let's see, D. So we're hitting the 5th and 4th string open to an E power chord and an A power chord. Alright, it's quick and you'll miss it. It's really, it fills it up. A lot of people, you'll hear them play, they kind of pause there, but there's actually a small chord and that's a D. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat again. Alright. The second time, one guitar does a trill. The other guitar will keep doing this rhythm. Alright, so we'll go through it. Let's stick with the first guitar one more time through. Alright, and then we just hold on our B with a palm mute. And it'll be 4, 8, 12, 17 counts. Alright, and then we're into the rhythm. The second guitar, after the second time through, alright, he's going to just hold on, hammering from the 2nd fret of the 3rd string to the 4th fret. And then you'll hear a little pick slide that takes them into the same B palm muted. And then you start the verse. I think it's really inventive the way he plays this verse lick. I'm going to go through half the measure because really this lick carries over 3 times and then he does 3 more variations. Alright, so that's the first half. Now again, like I said, he'll do that 3 times total, this lick. Alright, so what we're doing is hitting that A power chord twice. The full E power chord, my mistake. Then we're going to go 3, 4 on the 6th string to 2 on the 4th string, back to 3, 4 on 6. Hit an A power chord twice. Then 3, 4 on 5 to an A power chord, back to 3, 4 on the 6th. Alright? What I really originally kind of thought, just like in the intro, I watched him live and he's pulling both fingers out. I thought he was only pulling off the middle finger. Watching him live, he's doing both. So you got that, but with this rhythm, I thought he was doing more of a of a note, kind of following the pattern he did with the E, but he doesn't. He plays an A power chord. So E twice, 3, 4 to 2, back to 3, 4. A power chord to 3, 4, and then A power chord. Then 3, 4 ends it. Then it starts all over again. One more time. On this last time, once we get to the open A and the 3, 4, he's going to do a little muted note on the 5th string, then hit 5, mute that 5th string again, and then 6. It's almost like you're walking up to the next chord, which would be E. All right, so that's what he's doing, but again, it's just an ingenious way of doing it. So the first two measures with the 5, 6 walk up will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Point, the last measure of the verse just changes a little bit after we do, instead of doing our stutter notes, he's going to do a little hammer on, I'm sorry, it's on the 5th string. So we'll talk to that when we get to it. But we're going to start off the first quarter measure the same. 2 power chords at E, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4 to A, 2 power chords. Now after we do the 3, 4, then we're going to do a hit on the 5th string open, hammering on to 3, pulling off to open, and then 3, 4 on the 6th string. And keep that rhythm going. Okay, so I'm going to take it from the top because this repeats twice, so I'll do both of them. All right, now we get a change. This is like the end of the verse and a little lead into the verse. All right, so the 4th measure of the verse, which is going to take us out into the chorus, we'll start out just like we have with a quarter measure, with our E, 3, 4, 2, back to 3, 4. All right? And then we hit an F sharp power chord, hit that twice, take your ring finger and slide 4 to 6, and then hit right below it with your first finger on the 5th string to 4th string. Then you're going to go 6 back to 4 on the 5th string. All right, so that first half of that 4th measure of the verse, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we hit an A power chord, and then A again, but it's palm muted. And then we hear that harmonized notes that we all recognize because it's so prominent as they stop and you hear them. So we'll go over that next. I've turned on my harmonizer. It's in E major, and this is harmonized to thirds. All right, so I'll turn that off. So the first harmonized guitar is sliding from 7 to 9, hitting 7, back to 5, and 4. When you hit 4, you're going to hammer into 5. This is all on the second string. And then hit the third string at 6. So outlining a C sharp minor, okay? That's the first chord of the chorus. So it's like a walk into the C sharp minor. Alright, the second guitar, so the second harmonized guitar, you can slide from 7 up to 9, but then you're going to move to 8 and then 6 and then back to 4, hammered onto 6, and then catch 6 on the 4th string. So we'll start out on the 3rd string. And that just harmonizes the first part. Again, I've written that out. It's much easier to follow along. Same with the verse. If you have it written out, you can see those patterns and recognize them. All right, to the chorus, we are C sharp minor twice, A power chord twice to B. Then we move to an E. All right, for the E, it's going to be hit once, just the power chord on the 6th and 5th string. We're going to move up to the 4 on the 5th string, back to the 2. We'll hit that 3 times. Back to 4, and that leads us into an F sharp power chord. All right, so we have this so far. Let's take it from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4. At that point, we're going to move up. We're going to hit the F sharp, move up to G. All right, G sharp, A. When we reach the A, all right, we're going to come up to B. So we're going to hold the A. I'm sorry, it'll be 2 counts. We'll hold the A. To the B 2 counts, and then fall right down below to an E for 2 counts. Alright, you can add that 6th string with that E. It just adds to the fullness of it. Alright, so let's move up from the F sharp. At that point, this is the only time he does it in the song, I kind of pause and you'll hear the guitar do a little, it's a tag that he does only this one time. So what he comes up to is the 6th position. He's going to hit that 3 to 4 hammer on, 6th string, go to the 5th string, 2 to 4, and then hit the 4th string at 2. And then just an E and stop. Again, it happens so fast, you almost miss it. It's almost like, what happened there? But when you slow this song down and you play, it fits in there. And then you're into verse 2. Verse 2 is exactly like we've learned, all right, including the harmony guitars. Chorus 2 is a bit different. I'll speak to the difference next. So the second chorus is exactly the same up to the end. When we hit the E twice, we're going to just hang on that E 4 more times. And then pick, scrape, and you'll hear the solo rhythm start at that point. So we're going to go over the solo rhythm, I'll do the solo last along with the harmonized parts for that. And the outro, it's a chorus basically, but it changes a bit. So we're getting there. All right, we're to the solo rhythm. So to start it out, we'll start F sharp power chord, and then we're just going to lift up, but we're only hitting the 5th and 4th string. All right, at the 2nd fret. Back to 4, back to 2, back to the chord twice. Then we just hit the 2 on the 5th and 4th string twice. All right, so it's like this. Don't hit that 6th string between, okay? So then we're coming back to our F sharp power chord, our 2-4-2. We'll do that one more time. Back to the power chord, then just lay it down on the actual, 4th and 3rd string. We're going to add the 3rd string here. This is playing a B with the F sharp over it. All right, back to our 2-4-2. Back to our B. And then we just an A power chord held, and then a B power chord. All right, so after our A and then B, we're going to slide on the 3rd string from the 2nd fret to 4. We'll hit the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, back to 1, and then 2 on the 4th string. All right, so it's a cool little lick there, and they'll do that at the end of the lead too. So so we got that. That's a solo rhythm, a beautiful solo coming up, but let's go through the rest of the song. There's a 3rd verse, and the 3rd chorus takes us out. So like I said, our 3rd verse is just like the other verses. The 3rd chorus, which takes us out, starts out exactly like we've learned. Once we do the walk up in 2 E's, we're going to hold the last E and then move up to an F sharp. Okay, so that's held. Now we start the actual, this will be the outro solo will start at this point, but also a next walk up, which kind of finishes out the chorus, all right? So to start it out, we're going to do dyads, right? We're going to be on the 4th string at the 8th fret, the 5th string at the 9th fret. We're going to walk that up till we get to 12. We'll hit 12 and 11 twice. Move it up to 13 and then 14. Hit that twice, all right? Now we're going to come to a G power chord, and we're going to add the D over it. So it'll be 6th string, just bar across, catch the 4th and 3rd string at 12. Hear how that fills out that chord? We'll move that up to an A. All right. Then we kind of start our rhythm from the intro. All right. But let's go over this up to that point. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we go into the intro. Stop. Again. When we get to that 2, and then the 3, 4. We're going to come up to a D, A, and E. And pick slide out. So that is the ending of the song. It's honest to God, I think it's really inventive, very well done. We'll go over the solo next, the outro solo with the harmonized guitar parts, and you'll have the whole song. Like I said, a really melodic solo, and we'll do the first measure, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Alright, so what he's doing, he's going to start out, we're in basically the 11th position. We're going to play the 3rd string at 13, bent up. Bend it up 4 more times. The 5th time, bend and release off to 11. And then catch 14 on the 2nd string, back to 11 on the 1st string. Alright, so far this. Hit 11 again, and then 13 bent up, catching 15, and then 13 release and pulled off to 11, back to 13. Ending on 11 on the 4th string. First measure the solo together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next half measure of the solo, we'll move up to the 7th position. We're going to slide into 7 and do a lick we all know. We're going to bend up on the 3rd. That 7 is the 2nd string. We're going to go on the 3rd string, bend that up, hit the 2nd string at 7, and then 10 pulled back off to 7. We'll do that 3 times. Then we just take the 9th fret of the 1st string, slide that all the way to 16. Alright, so we have this so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, when we get to 16, what we're going to do is bend that again, because we've come up to it and bent it. And then we're going to lay off and hit 14 onto 16 hammered. Pull back off to 14, ending up on 16 on the 2nd string. Back to 14. Alright, now what we're going to do is go up to the 19th fret, bend that up, hit it unbent, hit it bent again. Then we're going to go 17, hammered on to 19, pull back off to 17, to 19 on the 2nd string, 17 on the 1st string. And then we just go up to 21, and we're going to hit that bent once, unbent, and then bent again. And then we go to the lick we all know. That's up at the 4th string. I will talk about that. So we've got this. So you can see the pattern to it, the melody. It's just a beautiful lead. Once you get it under your fingers and where to go, it all falls together. So to finalize it out, we're going to do that second fret of the third string slid up to 4, back to 2, 1. Alright, and then we're going to hit the second fret of the 4th string. Alright, so that gets you back into the rhythm, but again, that's the end of the solo, so we're into the third verse at that point. So when the outro solo here, and it's harmonized at a certain point, and I'll talk to that, but what we're doing is following when they go. Alright, so at that point, we're going to kind of follow along. So we'll be on the 4th string, 4, 5, 6, 7 twice, 9 twice. Then we just move to the 3rd string, 7 twice, 9 twice. And then we're going to go up to this is still the 3rd string, at 11, slide into 13. We'll do that twice. And then we slide into 16, back to 14, and 12, 11. That ends the song. So they do that slides 3 times. Alright, so the whole ending, the first guitar outro solo. Then you're at the end. Okay, so the harmonized guitar. So the second harmonized guitar is basically sliding in from 15 to 17 on this will be all on the 2nd string. Then we're going to slide up to 17, back to 19, and then 17. Love that pick slide stuff. Enjoy.